by this music. Just checking our levels, Jezebel. Give everybody a hot minute. It's an early stream, so we're mostly considering people across the way on the other side of the globe. Peeps going to bed. Maybe you're going to work. Doesn't matter what you're doing, does it? Just gotta check my beautiful princess cat here. Wake up and stream. It used to be wake up and something else when I was younger. But today is wake up and stream! Right, so what we are working on today is we're finishing up our labyrinth, our quintessential dungeon crawl. I wouldn't call it quintessential or classic. It is a little bit different. It's got its own vibe. It is a mysterious looking dungeon crypt. Alright, so I need to just go about making these rooms look different. So I need to just A, continue with these mushrooms, but B, just go really fast. So that it needs to look different. They all need to have a different feel. So they all need to have the same moss and mushroom get up. But they also need to look different. So I think that's all I want for the first one. Well, technically the fourth one, third one. But Let me get my stream manager up. Do I could be a good stream boy? Do I could be a good stream boy? Jaja, just relax, my girl. You're all excited. Alright, so I gotta stop it with the nails, dude. Jeez. Jezebel. Okay. I love that you're here to snuggle. I love that you're here to hang out, say hi. You gotta stop running your nails through my knee. You just you just gotta stop doing that. There she is. Alright, come on. Snap time for you anyways. You got your snacks. Yeah, you need to be groomed, Jabin. You need to be groomed. Alright. Well, things are prepared, I think, for me to bring you all over. And by all, I mean just that one person that's here. We do not have a big following. Not that big of a following for maps, I guess. Yeah, I mean, per the design, it's gonna go here. think that looks fine. Oh, you know what I don't even have right now? Coffee. Can't make maps without coffee. What was I thinking? Literally, just get your brain working with the tavern beats in the morning. I was getting here, placing all these lights. Being fairly lazy with the lighting, I think. Not doing anything specific or like actually like physically lit. I'm just gonna take the soft lighting and the aesthetic and let it be added to the room. Some nice warmth. I definitely think one of these rooms is gonna get some corpses added to it. Do do. I'm just trying to make sure I have them all. So look, there's a needle in here. Yep. Saw that one. Where else do I need them? There. I believe that's all my spots. Is it heavy on the inside? Is it heavy over here? Something like that. Gorgeous. Just trying to do little moss buildups. Mossy patches. I'm actually excited to be using the moss in this manner because a lot of times I don't tend to use DA as its intended use, but not even shouldn't say that. I like changing the perspective of things a lot and using more than what's given, or using what's given for more, I should say. Um, so it's nice to actually be utilizing these moss assets, I think, in the way that they were envisioned to be used. Oh, I kind of like that. Do you see how I can right click and I can see how this piece looks from multiple perspectives in the orthographic? I like that. That's a new ability that I have not been utilizing. And we shall incorporate that into our everyday life. Here on the Dungeon Alchemist. A lot of times you see me just trying to make sure that I'm not, over bleeding over, or I can already see it. My favorite moss is a super patchy one. I wish there was more patchy ones. Look how good that patchy stuff looks. Wicked! So yeah, the name of the game is how many ways can I make moss look different? Get to work, Caretographer. There you go, like that. Super green right there. Super lush. Right there. Don't ask me how I decide which spots get moss. I'm just making executive decisions. I'm gonna need so much of it that I really don't think it matters. And if I tried to do like rhyme and reason to it and like get very specific, it would just go out the window because I need certain things accomplished, like spaces being looking different. The one thing I wish we had was rounder bits. We don't have much in the ways of like rounded. They're all square little tiles. But that looks good zoomed out. Must. Put some down here, I guess. Okay, continuing. Ouch. Jaja, dude, why do you get jump right on my arm? Like, come on. These cats are brutal to me. Between my kid and these cats, I swear. Yes, come and make your biscuits. She's clocking into work as the baker for the evening. Come to make her biscuits. Cats are jobs. Makes one of us. I kind of like it just like that. Let's see. Super froggy today. Super froggy. Mistakes are made. I guess I'm gonna have to have multiple save files anyways for this. I think I might do one save file with Moss on. Call him like Moss 1, level 1. I should call him level 1 because I'm gonna do something else as well. You'll get to see in a little bit. Something happened. Those ones are missing in every build. All good. It's got good look to it, right? I mean, it's got a good feel. Very red, very glow, very underneath. This song is legitimate. Okay. Alright, let me finish mossing and then we'll continue with our. I'll get myself a coffee. Crying out loud. The man deserves a coffee, at the very least. If the world can't give me a dime, I'll give myself a coffee. It's just me and a nobody. Awesome. Sometimes I like finding those dots and like pairing them up. And then taking a dot and hiding it. So like these are like neat tricks that I like to do to make assets be more than just the assets that they are. Right? So like this asset, you can place it 5, 6 times, right? But every time your brain sees this line and that dot, like you're like, oh, that's the same asset, right? Right? Wrong. Like that dot can be hidden. That line can be covered. The dots can be placed on top of each other. Right, so you can get a pretty like different looking feel and a vibe from something by just kind of placing the asset, accordingly in a different manner. And this is definitely very important. Less so with moss because moss can very easily be put into itself, and it's not like nobody bats an eye. Like it just looks good. Um, but with like rocks, I've found quite frequently actually that um, like to get creative with your rock shapes and sizes and try to make it look somewhat variant. You do need to try a little bit at it. You need to put some effort into it, and that's one of the things that I will do is kind of like hide rocks inside themselves, hide some rock in the cliff, in the like where the ground, right, or a building that's nearby. You got to get creative. Is what you got to do. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Probably have a rule of thumb too. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 more. That can count as 1. 4 more, 2 more. Just trying to get creative, just put it on different spots. I don't think I'll be able to get any on the pillars. No, I can't do any on the benches because they don't let me. They do not allow me to change the size of these assets, which is a weird thing. I don't know why. I'm sure there's an answer somewhere that the Caretographer is oblivious to, but. I was like blanking a little bit. I was really hoping just the inspiration would come. You gotta be in a good mood for that. I have not been in a good mood as of late. But here we are, just trudging ahead. Gotta trudge ahead. That's what we do. Us humans. It is what us humans do. You know what I haven't done yet? a two-sider. Yeah, it's moss on both sides. Mossy, mossy. Alright, let's go do this one. And then it's mushrooms. Look, Frodo, mushrooms. One, two, tree. To a tree more. What's weird is they all have that little dot too, so it's like you really gotta just like. Again, I don't think it's like things as to. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It could be just, one of those decisions that was made and, it didn't really have much to go. So it was just like, hey, we'll just make the decision and it'll be the decision. Sometimes those things just need to happen. It could have been someone like did a bunch of research and was like, hey, like this is what we want as my educated decision for the moss, and then it was just, misinformed. It could be just happenstance. I don't know. I don't know why there's this little dot on every moss piece. We'll bring them all in together, like the Knights Round Table. Yes. Give me these dots. So yeah, we'll see what's coming out. The next patch, the Magic patch, is gonna have a whole bunch of new assets. We're very excited for that. That comes out in 2 days, I believe. So here's to me trying to finish my life. I should probably finish this project and save it before. I don't know if there's gonna be interference with old maps. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. I don't think there's going to be. A 1, 2, a 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Cool. Now look, every room's got its own little look, and what I really love about this is like before your brain really hated looking at this because it was like, oh, that's for the exact same thing, like over and over. But now you give it a little variance in the moss, and the rooms have a different look to them. They just feel different. It makes my brain happy looking at these rooms now individually. So let's give ourselves a Saberdoodle. Oh, let's save as Labyrinth. Level 1. So that way I have a Labyrinth save. That is also It has less moss on it. We wait for the program to load. I hope you are all having a splendid morning. Today, on this Monday morning, it appears everybody be at work. It appears that the abutting stream times are not serving my purpose. It seems that everybody's doing important stuff, and I'm not. Or that's my projection, at least. But, alas, things are only important if you make them so. And in that regard, nothing is important at its core. For life is fickle and fleeting. And these are my wisdoms to you. I'm gonna get some coffee. Bam, slap. The coffee. Brigade. Boom. Clap. Got some new lighting. Hope y'all enjoy. A little bit crispier up here on my setup. We will be setting up a new green screen soon. Probably should just not waste my time because it has no correlation to my viewership or followers. So probably should just not change the setup at all. What would be my point spending. I could change my point spending and stuff. Give people more activities. Some more activities. Guess like some alerts is what I'm talking about. I could do some alerts, stuff like that. That means my coffee's done. And we are back. Slurpy, slurpy, Motros. We're gonna do some mushrooms. Mush in the room. Let's get ourselves an abstract. There we go. And I normally tend to try not to go too crazy with like my variations. Like if you wanted to go wild, I guess for example, if I was making a map for Larian, I would have multiple complexions, palettes. I would not just have 3 different mushrooms that I would use. I would do much more. I would have these mushrooms in different sizes, different growth patterns. I would have like little nestles that maybe have, dang it, little nestles that maybe have grown more, a little bit thicker than others. Some that are thinner. You know, spots that you could really get intricate as you want, really. But for me, in sake of time and overall look, I think the look is there with just a few mushies. I'm just trying to break up the green, give it some color. And by color, I'm putting brown down, but brown's still a color. For all you naysayers, brown is still a color. There are a few in here. Try to get a little different with it. Down here. Okay, almost done with Labyrinth 1. So I really just wanted to get going early today. I have a lot to get done today. I have some other chores and stuff, some adult stuff I gotta do. So I just wanted to get the stream out there, the progress recorded, and with that, let's get headway on this. Is just a lot of monotony here with the a lot of monotony with the mossing. It's gonna be iteration, so I have to do this again and again. Like y'all are gonna be looking at the same thing. I will be able to decipher what I'm looking at. I know that these are all different maps in my brain, right? But y'all are gonna be like, Caretographer, you've been working on the same map for the whole day, and I'm gonna be like, yes, but no. Patch it up, shroom it up. Dun 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 dun. Hope everyone's getting their slurpy on. Oh, look at that. See, back to that whole, Caretographer's got tricks. Caretographer will learn you a thing or two. You take this same triple cluster mushroom and you lace it into itself one time, and you get yourself just a bigger cluster. And these are the things that make your stuff look cool and different. Or at least maybe these are the things that I tell myself make myself look cool and different. But really, what's the difference? Sag can't have that one, but that's okay. Do something like that instead. Right? And I even would yeah, like it even looks good from a 3D perspective. It just looks like a thick mushroom. I really like that. That's something that I'm really proud of. And I will try to utilize more. See, I mean, I've been doing Dungeon Alchemist maps for close to a year now, and still learning. Still learning, my friends. And there's more assets coming out in 2 days, so, you know, we're going to be learning more. More to learn, baby. And we'll have lots of nice tricks and tips for you here on the stream. Live for your discussion. You can ask me any questions about the new patch. Oops. Get rid of this. Alright. We are mushroomed. We love it. File. Save. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'll be able to. I'll go check. I gotta move this. Why is this in export samples again? Get back in your home. So open up just Labyrinth. I believe Labyrinth is missing torches, so I'm gonna just do the slower thing. Yeah, missing torches. So we're just gonna delete this. Open lab 1. Oh yeah, stretch it. And we're gonna come and we are going to. I wonder. Oh yes, because I used. No! So only some places I'll be able to do this. Ah! So we'll be very careful about it. Pretty much just anywhere that's away from my underglows. Like over here it's great because there's nothing really there. It's just the auto wall. So that's something I've been realizing is like there are a lot of benefits from just using there are a decent amount of benefits from using the auto room functions as they force certain narratives or certain scripts to work. So like for example, there is a difference between objects and there's a difference between rooms. So in that regard, if you're using your brush to delete objects, you could just like, if I wanted to like start these rooms from a blank slate, I could very easily just run the brush over them and delete all the objects in them and just take the same room and make it different, right? Yeah, so it's really just like there's just a lot of tools at our disposal here and a lot of different ways to use them. We will be getting some new tools, which is actually there's a tool I'm super excited about, which is the water sponge is what they're calling it, I believe, which is literally just that any type of liquid that you have on the map. If you don't want it there, you can now sponge it up and get rid of it, which you think is like, oh, that's no big deal, but like without the ability to do that, it's quite a specific function in which, you know, there's stuff that you have to do to work around it, right? So it's like if you were to make a map and you were to place water, as long as you keep it like within, watch, my Control Z range, which DA has a fairly large Control Z memory, but as long as you keep, so you could, that's your sponge. That is a sponge, right? Just Control Z it. But, however, there's times in map making where you want to place other stuff around the water, near the water, and kind of get a look and a setup on a certain aesthetic, and then you want the water to come in, and the water's, you know, changing, or like say you had made an entire map and you're like, whoa, the players found a way to remove the water, and then you're sitting and looking at a map that's like already finished, and you're like, wouldn't it be nice if I could just remove this water? But you can't. In order to do it without the Control Z, you literally would have to take the land, the terrain brush, and raise or flatten the ground entirely. So no, when I say entirely, I mean entirely. So like if you just raise part of the lake or part of the river, the water will push and stay in the other side. So you have to raise every bit of water back up to regular height, and then drop it back down. So like any type of trench that you had like is pretty much just non-existent. And you'd have to like remake the map, or what I would have done in the past is what you see here, which is making a blank map. So I would, and this is something you'd have to be prepared for ahead of time, right? So you'd have to say, hey, I know I want to have a second map without any water in this canal, right? I want a canal map, and I want water and no water is my goal. I know this ahead of time. But I think it's just good practice in general to set up blank shells for your maps anyways, because it makes things a lot easier when you want to come and do a variation on that map. But I mean, yeah, there's several ways you can do it, and you know, and I just think that this tool is a very simple application of, you know, stuff that the community has been asking for and stuff that can be implemented very easily. I think there's a lot of things that apply to that in that regard. Hey, what's up, Gabby? I'm just rambling. We're doing the best we can. We're really trying our best, and some days it just feels like you're coming up short, you know? But what else are you gonna do? Just keep trying, give yourself a pat on the back, and hope it turns out eventually. How are you doing, Gabby? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. That's a valid reward, honestly. Maybe like a 20 by 20 personalized battle map. I love that. I'm gonna write that down, Gab. The best ideas are the ones that are truly inspired. By 20 custom map. I mean, I think as of now, with my low followers, like at 106, not threatening idea. If you expand that idea, it could get fairly threatening fairly quick. It's a lot of maps I might have to make for people, but you know, we'll make those decisions when we get there, Gabby. I think it's a wonderful decision to. Wonderful idea. And I was just discussing that earlier. I was like, what are things I could be doing? Because I was like, why put another green screen in? Who cares? I have one, right? I want to put a nicer one in though, the one that's like on a curtain strand and everything. But I was like, before I do that, I should do like alerts and some point buy stuff. So okay, so what we were doing, back to work, Gab. We are making this labyrinth, and I had just made myself. I took off all the moss and all the and now I'm making myself essentially just like a blank shell. Hey, what's up, Plastic Ghost? Welcome. So I need to save this as labyrinth. This is the basic shell. Replace labyrinth. Yes, just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, yeah, that's my buddy that I stream with tonight for Dragonlance. They have a lot of like jump scares and just like different noises and stuff. But with me and my condition, like my body is not good for jump scares. So they would definitely spook me. I should definitely do some type of alert or something for bits and follows, etc. Like the basic stuff. But um all stuff in good time, as I need an on the books job. So after this stream is done, I will not be going to the stream lab. I will be going to uh, Resumeville to try and find myself some employment. But what's up, Plastic Ghost? Welcome. Nice, that's cool. I definitely have Actually, that's a fair idea. I like that. A visual thing wouldn't be any big deal to me. It's the audio that would get me. Yes. Thanks, Gabby. I like that. Visual. What do you want to call those? Point by. That's something that definitely fits what I would need or like a bit better. Stickers to the screen. Yeah, we could get some beholder stickers. Some Buck Yeah beholders. These are some ideas. I like this. Yeah, I'm definitely getting ready to kind of revamp the stream in a little bit. I had to take some time off just for my mentals and my physicals. Yeah, awesome. I made myself a sticker on Krita. It's just a little beholder. It was my first attempt at making something like that, so I thought it came out pretty nice. Definitely, it could use a bit more professionalism, but that's where I lack. Or being a self-taught learner over here. Okay, so thanks for the sub, Plastic. Appreciate that, my dude. Yeah, so I mean, to Plastic, what we do here is you see a lot of maps. I make a lot of maps, but when the map projects run dry or the prep is needed, I will switch over to D&D prep for dungeon mastering. Right now, we're currently on the back end of a very large project. This is my project file name is Volcano Island, but we have an actual title and stuff, and a legitimate module that we've been creating, me and my partner. And this is kind of like one of the last maps that we are uh, completing for the package. So you see a lot of map creation here, and one of the other things I like to do is I kind of have like an open Q&A for people and their D&D needs. We've helped a lot of people figure out an idea for their campaign, figure out an idea for their character, just build a character from bottom up. You know, that we're here to help. So whatever your questions or concerns are about the role-playing community, fantasy in general, shoot, fire away, my dude. Yeah, thanks, dude. Let's see. Since you were 10, you got started way earlier than me, I guess, on like graphic computer stuff. Because for me, like, I didn't have access to a computer until like high school. And that's when I first started, and I didn't even know. It was like I went over to my friend's house, and they had like illegally downloaded Photoshop, and they were making all these cool like Photoshop like gamer backgrounds and stuff. Um, but yeah, that was like the first time I started. I was like, oh, I can do Photoshop too, and that's when I started doing graphic art. I was like 14, 15 ish. And then that's when I started self-teaching everything I've done ZBrush, I've done Krita, GIMP, all sorts of stuff. Sprite, little pixel art. Okay, yeah. So I think I definitely have similar backgrounds. Been drawing and doodling, but for me, I think I empathize with Plastic Ghost. Is like I don't see myself as this very intricate or skilled artist. Um, at least when it comes to like stuff with the hand, I've never drew or painted in a manner in which I thought I liked. But when I converted that over to graphic art, I changed my perception of that. And I was like, wow, I can do a lot of really cool stuff with graphic art that I didn't have the ability to do on paper or, with pen, right? Um, so that's where I kind of find my niche is in the graphic art range. Nice, awesome. I definitely I dig the vibe. I'm kind of in the same boat here. We're of similar age, and we're both kind of just trudging through the art community, um, trying to find our way. I would love to see a sticker or something. I could totally wrap it for you up here on the channel. Let's see. Copy. My favorite thing is when somebody does the Discord bot and then I'm the bot. Let's put on the hats. Yeah, come hang out. I'm starting a new channel for the stream. We get to see all my content there. I will be doing play tests for this D&D module. So if any of y'all want to come play D&D with me, we will be running this map. We will be running this content very soon. I would love to have you. If you want to just come hang out and talk about, fantasy stuff, map stuff, you name it. Let's see. Coming up on an hour here. I need to do some more moss. I'm installing. Yeah, thank you, Coffee Bot. I do have some bots set up. Most of my work is over on Patreon, but like 95% of it's over on Coffee, so. Let's see. Moss, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, do you like Krita, Gabby? I thought it was super, super simple and sleek for a program. I keep typing boss, not Moz. Okay, so we need to make sure we're just doing things differently. We have a bottle of water, Mr. Sand Springs guy. Yeah, I like Krita. I thought it was very nice, and easy, and it's very reminiscent of using like GIMP or Photoshop with the layers and such. So with the ability to have layer manipulation, you just get to do a lot more. Which I think is where my brain loves graphic art and doesn't like real art because it's like layering in real life is physical and it only goes one way, right? When you put paint on top of something. But when you layer things in the graphic world, you can move those layers. You can make some layers opaque. You can do all sorts of stuff, right? Um, so I really like Krita for that. And I have it's just a simple, if I can find it, a simple little draw pad. And it works with the draw pads very nice. I could definitely see a world where I would like to have one of the tablet draw pads so you can see where you're drawing, and it would be the ultimate merge between drawing with a pen and drawing with graphic art. Oh, nice, over on fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Yo, that hair looks really good. I've always been really bad at hair. It's the hardest thing. Especially like you see my hair. Like if I ever tried to draw this hair, like it just comes out as little. Doot, 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 doot. Keep on the Borderlands. Cool. This is what I love about Dungeons and Dragons too. Is like this is what it is at heart. Like scribbles in a notebook turned into beautiful little like cover photos, right? That's a cover photo to like a module, right? Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, welcome to the squad. We're just we're over here just trying to make art and things that are fun in our spare time. Right? Yeah, and I definitely like the mention of tutorials because like they can definitely give you a lot of edge, upper edge. Like so like if you're self-teaching yourself, I can't support any more than just do it. Like just draw, just make, and you'll learn as you go. Um, and you'll find things and you'll find the want to learn things more as you make stuff, right? But then every now and then you break it down to like a little tutorial or something, or get some advice, and there's a tool that you hadn't been using or a technique that you could incorporate that you're just like, oh yeah dude, like I just like gained 3 levels. Like we play all these RPG games, right? Like it's very much like that. You're like, oh give me the extra feet of curly hair wisdom, right? um and like now, so yeah, life can be like an RPG, and in that regard, I often have brought up, is like it's very melodramatic, but like the act of RNG, so it's like I have some players that I play D&D with, and they just have poor RNG. Whenever they roll that dang die, it is poor, and it's really comical. Sometimes they'll play like characters, they'll try to play like the big leader who's supposed to be like the best and the proudest, and like take everybody under their wing, right? And then they go and they make this big speech, and then they try to do something very important for everybody in the story, and then they're just like, I rolled a 3, and we're all just like, oof, how do we spin this? Let's find a way to make this work. But you can't control them dice rolls, man. Sometimes the dice do what they want. I like that. And then we're gonna continue this like swath right here. A swath is what we're calling this. Do we like it? I don't think we like that. Why don't we put this on the other side? So, you're new here, Plastic. What are you into, my dude? Do you do D&D? You like a Pathfinder dude, or? Both. Yes and no. So, Dungeon Alchemist is a program that's designed to make maps, um, in which you would export said map as a PNG, in basic form as a PNG, to any VTT like Roll20, Owlbear, Foundry, etc. Yada yada. Some VTTs have further capabilities, specifically being like Foundry, where you can upload what is called a JSON file or a WebM file, which essentially are animated battle map files. And Dungeon Alchemist also produces those. So you can essentially create a map that has. I don't have any actual doors on this map right now. But with this program, say I can make the map as such. I can put doors down and windows and all sorts of like chests that open and close, right? There's a good handful of functioning pieces. This my program's loading. There we go. And so then you would go in with your JSON file into Foundry, and there's like a program in Foundry where it sets you up, and it goes and like it's almost like a blueprint machine where you can draw lines from wall to wall, and you say this line is going to be a solid wall, and then you say, oh, this needs to be a door, so you make a blue line from here to here, and then that turns that into a door. And then when you play on Foundry with the map, your characters and yourself will have a little button that will open and close these doors functionally. So the map can have function like that. It's very, very neat. And you'd also mentioned lastly, which is why I said yes and yes and yes, you can just use Dungeon Alchemist at any point in time as a VTT light. So the best way to do that is you would run your Dungeon Alchemist, you would stream like I am doing to an OBS, a stream capture, or just through Discord, right? Wherever your players are going to be. There's several tokens here, and in the new Magic update that's coming out in 2 days, there's a whole bunch more tokens, and at any point in time, you can bring in your own tokens. But so say we have 4 players. We can have a grid. You can change the opacity of this grid. You can change the color and kind of make it whatever. So you would just say, here we are. We're playing. We're in this room. You tell your players where they want to move. They can move. They could ask. You'd have to move the characters for them. And then what's really cool is you can come and you can do this character view, and you can have the players like guide you through a walk around, or you could just say, hey, I'm just going to walk around this room for you so you can see what's in it, and they can ask about things. If somebody had DA themselves, you could give them the file, and then they like the party leader could be the one responsible for doing this. I think if you do Steam SharePlay, you could have the party leader take over and be this person walking around. Otherwise, it has to be you. And then, of course, you can do like cinematic stuff with your camera and just like take some videos for people. So there's like a lot of applications that you can kind of use DA, however you want to like get creative with it. Yeah, I think well, depending on the system you play, Theater of Mind, or in the way you play, Theater of Mind can be perfectly serviceable. I think combat personally, I think combat and stuff in D&D is a little bit gritty. So it's tough being like a wizard or a monk and like having all this movement or having this AoE circle that you can't envision where it's going, or you can't envision how far you can actually run in one room. Um, so I think there's times where it gets, serviceable on a grid, but um, I really enjoy what Dungeon Alchemist gives you. Like apart from that, like the grid combat you could do with just a piece of paper. You could do with just a regular PNG, right? With DA, you get all these other aspects of manipulation with the map, opening and closing things, like exploration, secret doors that actually look secret and need to be found, right? Um, and further, you just really cool aesthetic, right? Like you get to make this room any way you like it. You could do own your own custom maps. So check this out, my guy. You can take Dungeon Alchemist, you can make a map, and then you can put that map on a map, right? You can make yourself a treasure map, and then put that map in your map. And then the players will be looking at the actual map that's the map. And then you can give them that map, right? Like you can hand that to them in Discord and say, here, bruh, exactly. Like how cool is that, right? So if you're, and that's just like a little taste. Like there's a whole bunch of cool, neat stuff you can do like that, right? Like say you had, let me I'll open it up. Is this saved? Save as. Let me save. I'll just show you because I'm getting excited talking about it. Let me do one of my old builds. Tavern, Portside. Tavern Project. Here we go. So this is a tavern that I had made for a player, a commission. They wanted a 2-story tavern that the players could get in. There's also a basement that comes along with this, right? So like quite literally, like this tavern can come in multiple forms and shapes and sizes. They didn't want it to be over engulfed with flames. I really wanted it to be, but with this program, I can very easily come through here and trim back my effects. I actually have those actually underneath. Those are different effects. They can come back and like you can have like the players set something on fire, right? If the players call for something, like you can actually come in and change things around, right? And something that I'm really excited for is when I create Daggerford, which if you look back in time in my streams, you'll see a lot of content of me prepping like the bookwork of Daggerford. There goes $49. But so this, I'm building a city. I'm building Daggerford the city in D&D 5e lore, right? And what's going to happen is Daggerford itself is a city that had been scorched with dragon flame. It is a ruined city that is being rebuilt. So quite literally, the players are going to be looking at empty building sites, and if they don't decide to do something with them in a week's time, my dice are going to decide something to happen with that empty plot, and a building will be put there, right? So I will be literally building a city around my players on the map that they're playing in this like urban homebrew campaign that I've been designing. And vice versa. If they want to remove a building, then there will very much be a scene with that building on fire and flames and soot and rubble. Which was kind of like this, which was the idea with this one, right? Let me open. I'm here, so I'll just show you what the cellar looked like. So they wanted a tavern that had a entrance to the Underdark. And this is kind of what I came up with at the end of the day. We got a bunch of wine shelves that have been stacked up. This one had been knocked over, which led to a secret tunnel behind here. And we have an entrance that leads us down into a mysterious Underdark. Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I've always been a graph paper guru. That's kind of where I started. Yeah, you can. That's it. That's very. And it's like a big map too, so it's probably very nice for like multiple people to be playing on. Because graph paper can get pretty small, right? And you got to get pretty specific with your lines. Um, yeah, but I mean, D&D is awesome because it's like it comes in many shapes and forms and sizes. It's okay if you're playing on graph paper. It's okay if you're playing without paper. It's okay if you're playing with Dungeon Alchemist in a 3D map, right? You know, like whatever you want to bring to the table is awesome, right? It's all about the product at the end of the day and like the fun you're having, right? So some more visual aids, some more thematic. I think going with like a visual aid for a map, some thematic music, and that's all that you really need. Some people like using like soundboards, um, or bringing in multiple voice actors, etc. You know, there's other ways that you can spice up your game. Um, but I like keeping it simple in the sense of just, there's effort, but we're not putting too much on the table. Just a map and a visual and something for you to listen to, and then of course us playing the game. Oh, you know where it is? Oh, where is it? There it is. Man, you really got to be on these save files. They just be bouncing around all over. All right. We're back, and like I said, y'all on the other side of this are gonna be like, "Cartographer, you've been working on the same map all day long," and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, but it's different." A battle map from Pazio. It's got a black side. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Oh, that's another thing. If you got the dinero, Dungeon Alchemist has a company that they partner with that will print um battle mats. It said Paizo. That's awesome. So you see this? If you're privy to Magic the Gathering, um, a playmat. It's like the same material as a mouse pad. Um, it's like soft on the top and like rubber on the bottom. So you can get like similar to this material with your Dungeon Alchemist map in like full resolution. Um, you can just print these on paper. You can just print the files wherever you want. You could go to like Target or Staples, or find just a local printing company. I would even recommend that. There's definitely printing companies in your area. Just find them, and they will be happy to print you out a full size, full color, full everything, right? Um, but I feel you on that, Plastic Ghost. We don't play in person anymore, do we? I only play D&D online. I had like a little stint with my brother, and his friends, but all his friends kind of fell out, and nobody really wanted to show up on time, so nobody really fell in love. Um, but yeah, I don't play. I don't play in person anymore. Sadly, I guess it's sad, but I've never played D&D more in my life. But I do not play in person anymore. So take that however you want to take that, Plastic. I'll be right back, everybody. I just gotta go to the bathroom and heat my coffee up. Right. Let's make some mouse. Make some mouse. Huh? Yo, I don't know what BattleTech minis are. Are they like Warhammer plastic? A bit. Word. Send a little care message. Its own system, a war game, but similar, I would presume. Similar. Okay, we're doing things today. We're doing them. We're doing them, guys. We're doing them. All right. Schmoss. Collisions off. Go in your home. Don't you want to go in your home? Don't you want to go in your home? Classic movie. Dig that. Give ourselves a little patchy patch. One, two, three, four, five, six. Next room. You know, isn't it? It's not a firm number, but it's a number. It's like a 4 to 6. And I think that's enough moss for the room, you know? Individual places, individual pieces. Oh my gosh, my wife is on a fire pit kick. Fix the light situation in the room. Bit better when you get some natural light in there. My wife, everybody. She is ready to go to the Home Depot and buy all the pavers and buy crushed stone and throw it in our CRV, and but is incapable of putting air in the tires to complete that journey. It's crazy ambition. When you put your mind to something, but it's like when you choose to put your mind, what do you choose to put your mind to? I don't know. I'm gonna have to end up putting air in the tires. It's gonna happen. I know it. I know. Deep down inside, I know. Pets are the best. Pets are like Pokemon. we can't have actual Pokemon, so we have pets and we pretend they have superpowers. One, two, three. Could do this corner here. Or 5. Crazy idea. Some air in them. Just a thought. Just put some air in the tires. Can you do it? Told you. I told you I'd have to end up doing it. This is the price of being a husband. I hate doing that stuff. Ay. Yes, pets are available in Diablo now, which is very cool. Sacrifices must be made. Yes, fair recommendations, Lo. I appreciate that. Doing my best. Doing my best. For me, it's avoiding triggers and stuff, right? So stuff that kind of gets my heart rate up to a point where I can have I kind of like I faint. Not really sure. No doctor has been able to answer what is actually going on. I have a doctor be able to figure out what's the cause of it, but he didn't know in his like years of like his entire life's worth of research did not know. He's like, "Oh, that's interesting," and I'm like, "Yes, please help." He's like, I can do surgery. Do you want that? And I'm like, well, yes, but will it help? Then they can never say yes. They can never say yes, it will help. But the surgeries have been helping, so take that for what it's worth. Not just the serpent god, the lava serpent slurp it. Oh, this is level 2, so that means we get to add. We're gonna change the levels of the fuego. You'll see what I mean by that in a second. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a big fan of rain noises. It's so relaxing. Um, love. The smallest hints of hints. Is letting that one point of lava rise. It's like, this is me. We're actively working against my DM right now. So me and my DM have been creating this labyrinth, this puzzle, this maze, to have a difficult path. There's easier paths, but this is the difficult path, right? And I'm over here just like, how can I secretly put ways that my players can figure out the labyrinth without my DM knowing? So that being this right here, I'll do the third one. What it's gonna look like when I do the third. Put this one like here. So there's 3 different levels, and each level is gonna have this lava right here, and the lava being closer and closer, meaning you're getting deeper and deeper. It's a little high. I might do like right there, so it's not too noticeable. You see how it drops down a bit? And the level above this is a bit further. So just like a small visual cue. That's all. It's a small visual cue. Blow, blow, blow. Move this down and put it over me. Slide it over here. Yeah, that's fine. That's much better. I'll do the attic. You take care of my car. What a deal. With pray pleasey 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 hands, and I'm not. It's not that I'm upset. I'm just being. I don't even know what I'm being. I'm just being, I guess, a goober. But you know, they are effectively communicating their wants and needs, and I can't be mad about that. There's nothing to be upset about there. She don't like taking care of the car stuff, even though it's super easy and it's not that difficult. Doesn't change the fact. I guess a firm example is laundry. I hate laundry. It's easy. It's mundane. It's not a difficult task. I just hate doing it. One, two, tree. We need. Oh, what do we need? We need double mossy moss. Oh yeah, I got. That's definitely something I gotta look at today. Ooh, like that. Some more shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. This hallway doesn't have any. Right here. And again, don't ask me how I know where I put things. I just make it up. We're just slapping moss down. That's all we're doing. All right, one more room. This actually is going. I'm cruising along. It's going much faster than I thought it would. All right, where haven't I put moss? I don't think any of these rooms. Yeah, I should put a build up back here. I gotta start thinking about breakfast. Start thinking about it. We don't know what we're gonna do about it yet. We might just say screw it. Screw breakfast. We're just gonna go straight to lunch. Can't stop me. You also can't tell me what to do. I'm a free man. I'll eat lunch whenever I decide. I like doing like a really late breakfast. That's what I like doing. And I like eating conventional breakfast items at their not like appropriate time. So like, I'll eat a bowl of cereal before I go to bed. You know, I did last night. Honey Nut Cheerios with some raisins in there. Good fiber. But I will not eat a bowl of cereal for breakfast. I don't know why. It's weird like this. It's just who I am. Squee bop bop a doo doo doo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Na, 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 na. Alright, now we gotta mushroom it. Call it a day. Alright, and we're nearing probably the hardest map of the build, which is the final map. Hey, Stings! What's going on, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Fuck yeah, Stings. Let's see. Mushrooms is what we're doing. Oh, the sadness. I should have done that. I should have made myself a palette. It's too late. I'll do my best to scale things. I believe that looks scaled. Looks like the best attempt at what it was. Yeah, yeah. Hope you've been doing well. Hope all for the best, right? Think everybody's had a good portion of life thrown at them, which life is known to do. Life is known to do. I think I have a couple more joining in the chat there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Caretographer stream. Maps by Caretographer today, as I am diligently working on finishing this project here with my partner. We are headway along in finishing this D20 based module. Doesn't really have a system that it needs. It's shelled off of D&D's 5e20 D20 system. But I would say that you could use this for many systems. It's really just a thematic of some ideas brought together with some content to match. A super cluster. Nope. You see a couple things I've been doing here. Holding shift is going to let me make multiple of the asset that I have selected. You see I have this little palette, so if you have an abstract, and most items, but abstracts specifically, these green things, you can put items on them and drag them around. You could even scale things together in the same fashion, which is really good for like furniture and stuff in a room. Depending on how it's like, say you have a whole bunch of items, you want them to be the same scale, but your room's at half scale, right? You take everything you're going to put in that room, you put it on an abstract, and you scale it down together. Super useful. It's like little, I call them palettes, because like for me it's like, oh, like I'm going to put the things I'm going to use here and bring them to all the little places I got to use them. And that way I don't have to keep going up into here. I can just honestly just shut that off. Because I get lost in there trying to find the same stuff, trying to type into it all the time. So I think this is a really great way. It's almost like it's very akin to like a painter and just like putting, their paints onto a palette. The ones they're going to be using for this painting, which is why I call it a palette. Shroom Derm 1 or 3, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why, I've just been starting down in that corner. Oh my goodness, yeah, well I think everybody's been dealt a good solid chunk of life, and that qualifies as staying alive, right? So I'm glad you're here with us, Stinks. It's good to hear from you again. Hope everything's okay as far as like your health and moving forward. But if not, well, my group of neurodivergence and physical ailment friends is growing, so you can join the entourage. Give me the weirdos. I want all the weirdos. I'm gonna stay weird together. I joke mostly. Shroomed up on a Monday. It's hard to tell if we got new viewers, if we got lurkers that are unlurking. You never know sometimes. I like that. You know, every now and then I like trying to go with something very firm shape. Because nature does have shape to it, right? So it's not all random plotting, right? So like you could even do it here with this one. Like every now and then in nature, RNG will give you something like that, you know? It looks like it's a super firm shape, but it's whatever. It's one in a bucket full of randomness. I like doing like a 1-2 tree is another one I like doing. 1, 2, tree. Stop. Almost done with round 2. Ooh, yeah. Round 2. Just up here in these corners. We're done. We do a big one. Do, do, do. And that's lab 2. And so now lab 3, we'll bring the lava up one more time. We'll do 4 random sporadic moss mushrooms. And that's the dungeon. That's it. The whole dungeon is a labyrinth. It is designed and devised to trap people and to have them never find the end. It is a defensive labyrinth for the sake of defensive labyrinth sakes. Oh, you're building your own computer, hey, Stinks? Fuck yeah. I built the computer that I'm working on right now. It's not a laptop, but I built it. So make me proud. Oh. On my own tabletop system. I don't know why I read that as laptop system. Cool. Like your own D&D, like an RPG, or like your own like tabletop like war simulator, like a battle minis or Warhammer, right? What type of game is this? No. I think I'm gonna put the maps away. I'm getting bored of Moss. Time to make some food, get some lunch together. Um, Again, if anybody wants to come join and help me playtest this game, this D&D module, will be running it as a D&D module. Please feel free to join my Discord and come hang out. Pretty much doing everything we're doing here, just over there. Yeah. Okay, Pathfinder with a DC 20 and the Fallout. I really like the Fallout roleplay system. I thought you could do a lot with it. I think you could take the D&D 20 system and make a bit more of a narrative system by using like things such as zones. Um, the only thing about that though is like you need to change the mechanics of the like D&D wouldn't work because D&D's mechanics are in verbiage of I move 10 feet, my spell reaches 30 feet, this spell has a 60-foot radius, right? Um, if you were to say change those verbiages, average them out and round them down, be like, this is a zone 1 spell, this is a zone 2 spell, this is a zone 3 spell. You have a feat that lets you add a zone to one of your spells, right? And kind of just change the measurement mechanics to match the zone mechanics of Fallout. You could have a really cool system, I think. Um, I definitely I played the Fallout system for like 3 sessions, but I really liked the zones and a few of the mechanics that come from it. So yeah. Join the Discord. Come say hi. I'll be streaming throughout the week. We're rapidly changing the schedule as things are just kind of in that state of change right now in my life, so we're figuring out what's going on with it. But I appreciate y'all being here, and I appreciate being able to stream when I can. Hey, nice. We'll see you there, Plastic. Take it easy. Nice to meet you. Thanks for the sub, yo. We'll catch you soon. I'll be on throughout the day, and tonight I'll be streaming again, 7 p.m. We have Dragonlance, where I'll be playing Ralph Reddington, and we'll see how raspy my voice actually gets tonight. But that's for another time. Peace, everybody. Take care.